and welcome to Fantasy Gate. I'm Jonathan,
Jeffrey.
and today we were talking and we decided that maybe we should illuminate you as to our TTRPG hobbies, which for right now is primarily D&D 5e.
Yes, not saying I'm not interested in others. I am very interested.
Yes.
The issue is trying to convince this one to actually DM a couple of sessions for other things.
Well, then I have to get all the things and the stuff.
Oh, heaven forbids, I have to learn a new system. Deal with it.
I don't mind learning a new system. You buying the new system?
If you told me this sooner, yes.
And how about now?
Money's a little tight.
Yeah, I get that. Wait, well, what got you into D&D, Jeffrey?
So ironically, it was in elementary school. A couple of kids were talking about it and asked a few questions, started reading up on it. What really attracted me was the appeal of being able to be whoever you wanted. Make your own character, pick skills, spells, whole nine yards. What about you?
So for me, I was cleaning out a crawl space. I had gotten grounded.
Yeah,
And
as you usually were.
I wasn't grounded that often. Often enough, but not that often.
Often enough.
But I was cleaning out the crawl space and I came across my father's original box set
Oh,
to the original D&D, the classic red box and the blue box. And I want to say I was somewhere between the ages of 13 and 15.
yeah.
And I asked him what I had heard about D&D, but I didn't really know anything about it.
Yeah.
I had heard it was a game. That was about as much as I knew. And he kind of told me a little bit about it. And I was an only child, for those who do not know. So it wasn't like I could get a couple people together to play unless they were friends that I had. And I was not the greatest at making friends at that age.
Who is?
No, I know, right? But so my father was like, two people, that's not really gonna work.
Might as well as just write a book in that situation.
Yeah. So since two people can't make it work, I made it work with one people.
You started writing your Star Wars fanfic, I know.
No, no, not on that. That didn't start until much later.
That started when you were 12.
No, my first book started when I was 12. It wasn't Star Wars though.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, weird, right?
Too bad you haven't published any of them.
Copyright reasons.
Right.
They're all fan fiction. But so I started, making my own maps and kind of being my own DM. And making my own characters. And then I found out that I was missing like 90% of what you needed to play D&D.
Yep.
I had the box set for the players. I had no Dungeon Master's Guide. I had no monster manual. So, about a week or so later, me and my mother happened to be in Barnes and Noble.
Yep.
And I saw the starter set for 3.5.
Yeah.
And we bought that. And once again, I was by myself. So I started DMing for myself.
You started not writing your own book.
Yes. And then I got the Dungeon Master's Guide and the Monster Manual. And then I, got out of middle school, got into high school, started making a friend group.
Yeah.
And asked them if they had any interest in playing. And we started playing a couple sessions here and there. No major campaigns, everything was one shots.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I got started into it. And then as we continued to play, I continued to invest into it. And then 4.5 came out. Or 4E came out, sorry.
You mean that which shall not be named?
Yeah. And Everybody wanted to upgrade to 4E.
No.
Well, being the dungeon master, therefore, I would have to invest money that I did not have in high school
Yeah.
into a whole new system. And so I told him, if we're going into a new system, I'm done. I'm not going to pick this up again. I've spent too much money that I don't have uh, into this system, and I swore off playing D&D for good.
And then about 6 years ago, I call him out of the blue asking if he wants to DM, and he goes, "Great. Laura's already trying to get me to do that, and I had a reason in that I couldn't do it with just me and her." I'm like, I'm calling Laura.
Yep, and that is what started us down the train. Once again, ironically, we were in Barnes and Noble, and I get a call. And Laura had been begging me for the last 10 minutes to get a player's guide, a dungeon master's guide, and a monster manual for 5e. And I told her, I said, I will make you a deal. Sweetheart, if you can find me a group of at least 3 players, including yourself, we will play. We will invest and we will get into D&D. And not 5 minutes later, this guy sends me a text.
No, I called you because I kept trying to get Brandon to do it, but he would refuse, so I stole his phone and did it myself.
That's right. That's right. So he calls me. We're standing in Barnes & Noble at the checkout line.
Now, in my defense, he could have played it off if he had not put me on speakerphone.
Yeah. So I answer it, and I was like, "Hey, Brandon, what's up?" He goes, "Well, this is Jeffrey." And I was like, "Okay, is everything all right?" And he goes, "Yeah, Brandon won't call and ask you, so I thought I would. Would you be interested in DMing a D&D session?" And Laura, my wife, turns and just starts grinning ear to ear and holds up 3 fingers and goes, "3 players."
It was an unknown coordinated attack.
So we left Barnes and Noble with the Dungeon Master's Guide for 5e, the Monster Manual for 5e,
2 players handbooks.
2 players handbooks, Volo's Guide to Monsters, dice, 5 sets of dice,
Now,
shiny click clacks.
Shiny math rocks make my brain go burr.
Yes. So now here we sit, 6 years later, recording our shenanigans for your enjoyment.
Actually, hold up. Where is it?
Oh no, what have you done?
Shiny click clacks make my brain go burr.
Roll me a d20.
That's a 14, boss.
You burst into flames.
Woohoo!
So we will be recording our D&D sessions. I'm not giving dates because we don't know exactly yet.
It's one of those things we plan after a session.
Yeah. So we have our next session dated, but I cannot promise that it will be posted that day because editing.
Yes, editing. We don't really know what we're doing yet, so it's a learning curve.
Got to start somewhere, right? So, we're gonna start doing that. Now, I have a question for you, Jeffrey.
Okay.
Since you are big on player creation,
Yeah.
what really motivates you on creating characters?
Me personally,
Mm-hmm.
seeing how far I can push your buttons with some bullshit.
Oh my gosh.
Hey. I derive pleasure from the simple things. And in my opinion, the only way to win or lose D&D is to see who can make the DM go fuck first.
I don't mind that, actually. I really don't. Because
I mean, the first session we played, it was your wife when she goes, "Wait, there's a small hole?" Yes, I crawl into it. It's only like 3 feet wide. I'm a halfling. Fuck!
Uh, and then spent the next 10 minutes trying to create where this hole went to because it had served no purpose.
It was one of those situations of, give me a minute, I have to come up with an entirely new map because this was just supposed to be an empty hole no one bothers to check.
Yeah. And yeah, that was the moment. I think that was the number one moment when I learned Skyrim is not D&D.
Very true. In my opinion, if you're going to be a DM, here's the 4 steps you need to know. Make the plan, execute the plan, expect the plan to go off the rails, throw away the plan.
As I've said my entire life, if it works on paper and it makes perfect sense,
it ain't gonna work in real life.
Well, no. You take it and you write it down. The whole plan. Then you take a match and you light it on fire. Then you take the ashes and you throw them in the dumpster. And then you come up with a plan that actually works.
Is this why you made me burn my character sheet?
Don't judge me.
In my defense, I was a level 2 and asked if I had any spell scrolls that could help bring down a cave-in. I had a scroll of fireball.
Hold up. Before we continue this, it needs to be stated this was not a first-time play or anything like that. This was not a new player.
It was not. And at the same time, at no point was I expecting him to ask me to roll to see if the spell works, first of all, and then roll a d4 to see what direction it goes in. So I brought the cave down as I was asked to do, and apparently when you have a max hit point of 36 and you cast off a scroll a fireball and somehow it magically does maximum damage, your character dies.
He didn't die. He was incinerated.
Very true. He then makes me go out into the backyard and toss my character sheet into a burn barrel and sets it on fire. Psychopath.
I like my dry sandwiches. So.
I swear, that's your catchphrase from now on.
Oh, shit.
Thank y'all for watching. We're going to call it here. Y'all have a great one.
Be safe. Don't do anything we wouldn't do.
Does not limit it in the slightest, man.
Worth a try. Bye.
Bye. I like my dry sandwich.